Cheers. What's up to the vinyl community, people on YouTube? Welcome to my channel. My name's Ty. I'm gonna drink some coffee, show you some stuff I've got, talk about random topics, usually related to music. But hopefully you're having a great day. Just been chilling, been busy, obviously like everyone else. I've played 41 shows so far this year, and I've done 35 street performances. So, and then I have a residency at a spot where I play every other Sunday with the band, every other Sunday solo. It's beginning to starting to grow. It's pretty cool to see. All right. VHS. Seems like that shit's gotten popular again. I've always been didn't collect it like crazy, but still had some of my old VHS from back in the day. This one house I was renting for a while, there was a guy down the street who would have these garage sales as often as he could. And he would just set up, like it was like a video store on his front lawn and driveway. And it turned out he used to own a video store back in the day, like in Carmel or something. And so I got some really good ones like Pulse, that movie where the electricity takes over the house. Red Rock West, which the movie got fucked up from sitting in a spot for too long that was like in the sun or something. But just got some cool movies. You have the first Punisher with Dolph Lundgren or whatever, and that one also got messed up. But the Pulse movie somehow stayed in really good condition. But just a lot of cool movies. A handful I hanged on to from my youth. But I always felt like there was a movie I watched on VHS originally, like a lot of the old horror movies from the 80s when I was a young kid. It's fun just to be nostalgic and watch them on vintage VCR VHS. So anyways, and now I've seen it kind of come back, which is kind of cool. Kind of sucks though, because the price now on some of these VHS have gone up. But that's always how once it gets popular. What is it? Price and demand, or whatever the fuck the saying goes. So anyways, but I've been sneaky going on Marketplace, which I'm sure other people have gotten privy to this, and scoring some VHS. So anyways, end of the story. Scored. I already have both these, but I got this bundle where the dude had just movies that were still unopened. I mean, like the pilot to X-Files. I had to open it though and watch it, but I did open these two because I already had these. Super stoked. Indiana Jones unopened. I opened this one though to watch the Last Crusade. I already had the other two, and then two more just by themselves still unopened. This was open, but brand new Aliens box set. Not the biggest fan of 3. Love 1 and 2 though. Holy shit. Are you a fan of? Is there anyone who's like, fuck yeah, I'm a diehard fan for 3? Like, I'll still watch 3 every now and then because it's still part of that era. But it's hard that the third one's good. Like Hellraiser 3, I felt like they did a good job. A little cheesier than Hellraiser 1 and 2, but as far as the storyline continuing, had a similar vibe. When I was a kid, like part 3, I liked all 1, 2, and 3 equally as much, and still do to this day. Again, X-Files box set. The small box set. It's like 2 episodes per VHS. What's cool is I already have this one, so I left this one unopened. But each tape has like these playing cards. Not even playing cards. They're just like comic cards of characters from the show. It's pretty cool. Straight old school. So there's quite a few more, but I didn't want to drag them on here. And so stoked with that bundle. Been watching some of them. Scored. Anyone UFO fans out there? Got this cool book, The UFO Experience by Dr. J. Allen Hynek. Anyways, scored this book. Popped it open, reading it. Check this out. And it ended up having his autograph in here. Be careful here. But it's pretty cool. It talks about some trip. It says the African eclipse cruise. Yeah, sorry. African eclipse cruise. I can read the handwriting for a second. 1973. And so I looked it up. It turns out like there was this cruise thing, and cruise ship that went down on the west coast of Africa, or over to the west coast of Africa, and watched this eclipse, because that was like the best spot to watch it from. There was a bunch of famous scientists on there doing lectures, and one of the scientists was Dr. J. Allen Hynek. I started reading some of this, and the book's more of like all these UFO cases that he had examined, and basically kept all the data to see if there's any comparisons, because as a scientist, it's all about the data, tracking all the data, and then seeing if there's any things that come, comparisons and certain shit that line up, and it seems like there is. So the book isn't, he didn't want to make a book that's just trying to sell on the stories itself, more of just, here's a flat out, some of the good, evidence that he had dealt with. So either way, cool book. Like I said, though, it's not like the way, it's a little, there's some good stuff in there, but you gotta just kind of, like I said, he's like a scientist, so he's like, he's right, it's a very detailed in some of the spots, but still really good. What am I playing in the background? Hopefully he doesn't get flagged. Pat Metheny's, I want to say his last album, I think he's putting out a new live record. Anyways, this is one that came out 2 years ago. Yeah, 2021. It's about a year and a half ago. Oh gosh, still a great album. I think this one was recorded live also. Yeah, it was. And in 2019, September 12th, 13th. Anyways. Gosh, such a good record. I know there's some Pat Metheny fans out there. Already talked about this album a while back, but that's what's playing right now. Album I was listening to before this, the Simo, this was JD Simo's last album he did as Simo, just his last name by itself, which he did like 2 full-length albums and a couple demos under this name, then just changed it to his actual name, JD Simo, or his name. JD's probably his initials. So anyways. But yes, it's a cool record right here. This one I haven't listened to for a while. It's a double LP, which is cool. Super funky, really groovy. I forgot how good this one was. Been a minute since I put it on. I think it's the last album too with this bass player, possibly. But he's been steadily putting out an album every year. So I got a little stack. I got 5 of his albums now. I think he has a new one he just put out recently. Anyways, check him out, JD Simo. You probably already heard about him if you're into guitar, but if you haven't, he's a monster. I've been listening to him now for about, gosh, it's hard to believe, but I seen him live for the first time in February of 2016. But I discovered him from watching the Don Kelly band. He was playing guitar for him. And he had a unique style right off the bat. His phrasing, it just stood out. His performance. And then I was kind of studying, just watching a lot of the different players that played for Don Kelly. And his huge fan of all the players. Guthrie Trapp, Johnny Hyland, Brent Mason. They're all beasts that have played. But at the time, he was one of the kind of contemporary players who was playing for him, who had played for him. So, anyways, and then he went solo. Which most of those people do. They play in Don Kelly for a while, and that kind of just opens up the floodgates as far as getting you, a little bit of notoriety. That you're definitely a beast on guitar if you're playing for that guy. So anyways, and he evolves a lot. His playing evolves, and it's cool because, some people like to stay in the same thing, and whatever keeps you grabbing your instrument is what I'm a fan of. So if it's the same genre that you're just so stoked about, that's awesome. Which he's basically blues based, but he's all over the map as far as like, he doesn't do one style of blues. Like, he's got some Lightning Hopkins songs that got some very, very strong Lightning Hopkins influence. Then he's got some stuff that's got like Earl Hooker influence. It's a ball, but certain songs you can definitely hear. Like when I had seen him once in San Jose, he definitely was vibing B.B. King at the time, it seemed like, because he was playing one of the B.B. King songs on his record, and I got to hear that song live, and it was like, gosh damn, it was probably the closest thing I'm going to get to see. I never got to see B.B. King, my bad. And obviously you can't ever replace B.B. King, but gosh damn, as far as in person, in the field, gosh damn, with his own style, but still carrying the B.B. King vibe, it was freaking badass. But that was some time ago. So like I said, his playing just evolves. Super awesome. And it kind of inspired me to be like, don't force it, but just everything, just whatever you're listening to. I've always been a fan about trying to play, but you were to really play what you need to listen to it a lot. That whatever it is that you're getting into, and because it'll start soaking in, and it'll just start sneaking in through your playing, and even like I was playing in this country band, and I love country music. I love the country guitar, and but to play country music, you need to listen to that shit. You know what I mean? Like you gotta soak it in. Like you can learn the licks, but you need to listen to it daily, and you need to jam to it daily, and you need to just let it, and the licks will be way more authentic because you're not just like playing something because the job requires it. Which you're gonna do, but you want to like turn into it. You know what I mean? Don't just wear a cowboy hat. Fucking listen to the damn music, and that goes with any genre. And again, like I said, keep it fun. Whatever keeps you grabbing your instrument. That's like music's not a competition, but if it was, the way I look at it, whoever's having the most fun with their instrument every day is like the best musician out there. So, I mean, like, you could have the mad scientist, right? Who's all like doing some crazy shit, but they're not even happy. Like, I appreciate that. We all have those moments, but then there's like some like homeless guy playing a ukulele who's more stoked than everybody. So somehow that works out that way, which I admire that just as much. You know what I mean? A little bit more. But either way, so that's some of the stuff I got. Oh yeah, I did get it. All right, did buy some vinyl. I should have shown that right off the bat. I'm trying to keep this episode short, but it's been a while. My bad if I already showed this. I couldn't remember if I had showed it because it's been a minute. But the Gresham McClure III. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but anyways. Stoked I got this record. I seen it. I hadn't heard this guy's name for some reason, but I heard everyone else on here. Jackie McLean, Bobby Hutcherson, Lee Morgan, Anthony Williams. Bob Cranshaw, for some reason, I didn't recognize that name. And the Grandson Moncour III. My bad. The name I might recognize, but I couldn't tell you right off the bat who he's played for. So anyways, swoop this up. It's got 4 songs. It's a trippy album, really good. I'm a big fan of Bobby. Bobby Hutcherson. I love the vibraphone vibes. So, but anyways, cool record. I'm sure some of you got this. Cool cover. And it's been a minute since I got some jazz, so. And then I got this a while back when I showed you. Still been bumping this. And it's remastered. Did a good job of keeping it authentic. Still has an old school sound, but definitely cleaned it up a little bit. Made the drums sound a lot better. And then, yeah, what have you guys been up to? You know what I mean? Hopefully you're having a good time. Stay off, whatever the fuck it is. Like, stay away from arguing. Jeez. I would say, maybe some people, like, need to talk in person, not type it out, But either way, all right, I'm gonna finish this coffee. The moon hasn't lined up lately, but every now and then I get lucky and the moon lines up in my window and I get to spy on the moon. It's pretty fun. It's weird when I've never really, it's been a while. When I was a young kid, my grandparents had this little telescope that my Uncle Ralph, would line up with the moon every now and then, and we could trip out on the moon. But I don't recall the moon. This one zooms in a little better. So since it can zoom in a little better, it's crazy how fast it moves. Like, I know it's not fucking spinning just the way it. I guess it's. I know. Okay, what is the Earth? Yeah, the fucking equator is like 2,000 miles per hour, some shit like that. Depends on what part.
But I'm like guesstimating right there. I think I might have read that somewhere, but for you scientist nerds, plug away what's right. But you know, when you'll get the moon lined up, this shit disappears quick. And it's trippy just to watch it. Something so big, like just kind of like move. Like once it gets in the trees, it looks fucking badass. Like moving through the trees, all trippy. But your guys like, yeah, Ty, fucking take another bong hit there, fucking space nerd. I'm being serious. So anyone else trip out on the moon with the telescope? Fucking, I don't know. I could stare at that shit for a long ass time. We'll fucking put on some cool jazz or whatever. Put on Dark Side of the Moon. Actually, I don't even think I've done that yet. That's fucking strange. Next time the moon lines up, obviously. All right, I only got my phone obviously never has enough fucking memory, so that's because my videos are too long. But it's been a while. Cheers, everybody. This shit's, if it just dies, I'm gonna try to end it right here, though. I'm trying to finish this coffee. Let's see. We got 2 minutes. Yeah. What do you guys think about all this UFO stuff? I'm a believer. Come on. Obviously, I got X-Files over here, but it's not like, you know, I want to believe. Just that Drake equation. I remember I was a little kid. I remember the first time like you go out camping somewhere and you see there's like cluster fucks of stars. You know what I mean? And like, I felt like it was just simple. You're like, fuck, definitely we're not alone. Holy shit! Like, there's someone doing disco and they're doing disco right now on some planet. Fucking railing big old lines. Fucking making horrible music still. Some funky stuff in there though, but still, like, are there, you know, who knows? Somewhere way advanced. I don't know. Just come on, when there's like, you could just see it. And then when I read one time like Time magazine or something, it was like 4 billion galaxies in our universe. I was like, wow. I mean, and we're in one galaxy. My brain again multiplied the shit. Wow. Okay, probably not alone out here. No big deal. But then this damn James Webb telescope basically zooms into the fucking Big Bang. And now they're like, there's over 2 trillion galaxies. Well, I'm sure the more you zoom in, that number's just going to go up to like infinity. And yeah, so either way, you get my point. And then there's, all right, even if there was only one galaxy with one black hole, we have no idea where that black hole goes. And then that black hole leads to another black hole that leads to another black hole. That's infinite space regardless. But you're telling me you can multiply that by 2 trillion. Wow, okay. Yeah, whatever. But if there is some crazy proof, hiding some spaceships, either way, Mulder told us back in the day. Come on now. We already knew this shit. When you rewatch X-Files, I'm going to make a funny point here. What did they not carry with them throughout every, 10 seasons? You know what I mean? Maybe a camera would have helped. Either way, still love the show. All right, guys. Positive note. Play lots of music. Stay positive. All that good stuff. I'll see you guys next time. My phone's going to die. Lates. Bye.